Thanks, Ryan. It's Winter Salt Awareness Week in Wisconsin, and a new scholarship is available for students at Ojibwe University. All that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start in the Arrowhead with the full 2024 schedule for the Bookmobile. The bus operates on a 3-week schedule with different communities getting a stop every Monday through Thursday. The Bookmobile doesn't run on holidays, and in the case of bad weather, library materials will be automatically renewed for 3 weeks. The Arrowhead Library also offers a mail-a-book program with a selection of books and other materials available by mail. We'll have the Bookmobile calendar and mail-a-book offerings on our website. Next, we head to Superior, where they're participating in Winter Salt Awareness Week. Starting today, there's different live stream residents can join to learn more about salt usage and the potentially harmful impacts too much salt can have. The live streams are held each day from 12:30 to 1 p.m. We have a link to those at northernnewsnow.com. Superior residents are also invited to take a pledge to commit to protecting the environment through the Community Art Collaborative Orb 365. Residents who take the pledge will get to create an ice orb. All ice orbs will then be collected to create the shape of Lake Superior during this weekend's Ice Festival. And we wrap up in Hayward, where Ojibwe University has established a new scholarship. An anonymous donor started the fund with a $15,000 contribution. The Waswa Gunning Scholarship Fund will help students that are enrolled in or descendants of the Lac du Flambeau Band of Lake Superior, Chippewa. Scholarships will be awarded to students that have an established financial need and maintain at least a 2.0 grade point average. And as always, if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we take you around the Northland, city by city.